All right, welcome to another edition of Above the Bridge podcast. I'm your host, Thaddeus. Shout out to our producer, Boy Band John. What's up, Boy Band John? Okay, for our sponsors, defendhawaii.com. You go onto their website. Anything on the website, you use ATB Pod upon checkout, and you'll receive 15% off your whole entire order. Also, Detail Garage Hawaii, detailgaragehawaii.com. Use promo code ATB Pod. You'll get 15% off your whole entire order. Okay, today's guest, he's a comedian. He's been making the whole island laugh, doing a lot of content on Instagram. You guys know him. It's TUMUA TUINEI. What's up, bro? I got it right this time.
What's up, Thaddeus? Thank you guys
How
for
you
having
been, man?
me. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for coming on, bro. Sorry I messed up
No
your
problem.
name the first time, bro.
Yeah, that's okay. A lot of people mispronounce my name. Old names.
Man, you just did a show in Kaneohe with DJ Hoppa. How did that go?
Yep. We had a Mother's Day show. It was awesome. We had 2 shows, 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. Yeah, and then I got DJ Hoppa. Just like kind of like on MC, just playing music when people come in and stuff. And
okay. Did you incorporate him in your set or?
Yeah. Towards the end, we did something cool. I don't like ruin it for people who.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like that,
Yeah. Oh, you changing
cool.
it up
awesome,
then?
Awesome, man. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's definitely one of the best DJs on the island for sure.
For sure.
So, how did you get into comedy?
So I got into comedy. It was weird. It's actually I took a stand-up comedy class at UH. So I was at University of Hawaii. That's where I went to college, and I was playing football over there. But I never really played football and practiced football because I was on the practice squad. I was like 5th string for real. But
hey, that's good,
That's okay.
Yeah.
You made the travel team though. Just played.
You had pads, bro. You was traveling with them then.
Yeah. I actually went on the traveling team.
Oh, you ever smell game?
Yeah, I got in on special teams, so like kickoff.
Oh, okay.
Punt,
wedge buster.
Wedge buster, yeah. Just
wedge buster.
Getting CTE concussions all day.
Sorry, not gonna show up for another 5 more years, but you're not gonna.
Yeah, still get time.
So they had a comedy class at UH.
Yeah, they did. It was unreal. So I minored in theater and I majored in communicology, which is like communications. I know you're probably thinking what is communicology, but it's like communications, like the speaking part of communications. And then
okay.
And I minored in theater, so I was taking some theater classes. And in the theater department, when you have to sign up for your classes for the next semester, they had stand-up comedy, and I was like, "Oh, stand-up comedy must be fun." So I decided to sign up. Me and my teammate Hunter Hughes, he's a good friend of mine. We both was like, "Yeah, we should take the class just for an easy A, see what it's like." So
easy
signed
A,
up for the class, and I thought that in the class we just was going to be learning about stand-up comedy, learning about the history of it, and watching videos like that. But it's all that, and you have to perform. So like there's requirements. You got to do like 3 or 4 open mics in like bars.
Really?
Yeah. So you got to like bring like a paper and make the bar manager sign it and make sure that you performed that night. So it was nuts. And like I was kind of like not a shy guy, but just like a quiet guy. I never really like do that, but I was into acting and all that, so I was like, oh, okay, I'm for it. And then for our final presentation, we had to do 10 live minutes in front of a real audience. It was at Anna O'Brien's, which is this Irish pub bar in University, right across Longs over there.
Yeah.
They closed down because of COVID. So we had to do 10 minutes, and the whole football team showed up because it was
nice.
My friend there. So everyone was there. It was packed. The house was about 80 people there, and the place is small, so it was like skin to skin kind. And then I went on and I absolutely crushed it, killed it.
Oh, nice.
I was so stoked. And then a comedy promoter in there named Jose Dynamite is a good friend of mine. He does shows now to this day. He saw me there and he kept inviting me back and kept inviting me back. So I was like, oh, I kind of like this. So I just stuck with it, and then ever since it's been about 4 years of doing just stand up right there.
Oh wow. Is there a lot of opportunity in Hawaii to do stand up?
Yeah, it's kind of like not underground, but a lot of people don't know it. There's like Jose Dynamite. He's a big comedy promoter. He runs 2 weekly shows. So every Wednesday he has shows at Hawaiian Brian's and Blue Note right now. But before
Okay.
before COVID, he had more shows, but that's the only venues that are open right now. And yeah, there's a lot of places to do open mics and have these small feature shows. And I fell in love with it, and that's actually how I started opening for Augie T. Was right after
Oh
I took
really?
that college class, and then did some stuff with Andy Bumatai, and then I kind of just
Oh
like
wow.
branched off and stuck to myself. But yeah, those guys are my idols, man. They paved the path.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, I was fortunate I went to Damien and Frank De Lima came from
Right?
Damien. So he would test out material during our lunch sessions. He'd come by and go on the podium and test out some of
Oh,
his
for real.
material. But yeah, it was cool. But Andy Bumatai, that's OG. Like
Oh,
you learning
that's
from
my
the
favorite
best, huh?
local comedian right there, Andy, because
Oh
he
yeah.
he did it all. He made a huge impact in Hawaii. He got into television and movies, and he also actually branched out and went to the mainland and took his talents up there and made a pretty big impact up there as well. Um, and he's still going strong. I don't know how old he is now. I don't like embarrass him with his age, but he's up there, but he's still going strong, and he's still funny. You
So
know.
he still does shows locally as well.
Right now because of COVID, I don't think so. But he
Oh
has
yeah.
a daily show on Twitch and YouTube. Like he does
Oh
live stream
okay.
shows on there, and that's just like when almost like a podcast, but like live stream, and then they would have comments, and he would read off the comments and respond to the fans and all that. So
Oh, that's interactive then.
yeah,
That's kind of cool.
interactive. Yeah.
So
Uh,
open mic, that's kind of like you just anybody can go up and try it out or
Yeah, so like my very first time doing stand up was at an open mic, was at King's Pizza Cafe, which is on Kapolunu. This smaller,
okay.
probably smaller than my room right now, but it can only fit like about 8 people in there, and they still have it to this day. Every Friday, you sign up, you can do like 3 to 5 minutes, and there's like a list. You sign your list, and then the guy brings you up, and you do your time, and then you get off. Um,
So when you tried open mic, were you nervous or was like, oh
oh
yup,
yeah,
I'm gonna go
of
up there and
course.
slay it? Oh,
No, I was nervous. I still get nervous to this day. I mean, I think that helps you. It's
yeah,
okay to
for
be
sure.
nervous. It makes you alert, and it kind of like humbles you. You know, but yeah, the first day I was my very first time. I was super nervous, but it turned out to be okay. And, but yeah, even all these shows like the Mother's Day show, I was nervous. But I like being nervous. Like I said,
Oh yeah, it keeps you sharp, huh?
sharp. Yeah,
So you try new material and like kind of figure out what works, what doesn't work, and kind of build it, or like
yeah.
have you
That's
dropped like jokes that kind of crickets or like
yeah. That's the whole process. Like it's almost like art, like music writing. You have a joke, you test it out with some audience, it doesn't work. Maybe it's a different audience, so you test it out at another place with different types of people, and if it still don't work, then maybe you got to change it up or just drop that joke. But yeah, everything grows. There's jokes that for me, like there has been shows that I totally bombed, and I
oh
just
for real?
yeah, many of them like in the beginning, and I just drop those jokes and build off of that. But now I'm kind of like at a stage where I can like feed off the audience, so I can
Okay.
see like because I always look at the audience like, oh, most of my shows is all local people, so I draw a lot of local people, so they like the local jokes, and I just hit them with that, and they're awesome, they're great crowd. Local people are the best, man. They laugh at not they laugh at anything, but they're okay with getting teased, they're not mad
Oh,
at, so I like to pick on the audience members and interact with them,
oh, so
but
you
it's
going
like
straight off
yeah,
your head kind then.
yeah, that I mean that's how I like it.
Oh,
And
that's crazy.
nah, it's cool. It's cool. It's fun. You can ask Papa. It was because that was his first time going to one of my shows, and he
Yeah, yeah.
I saw him sitting down on the side, and he just was cracking up the whole time. It was good.
Yeah, he came over here after and was like, "Brah, you gotta check him out. He's the new thing coming out." So I want to ask you, like, I always want to ask a comedian, like, you ever get heckled?
Oh yeah, I mean, I never. Well, so like the definition of getting heckled can also be good or bad. It's just if a crowd member is talking to you, you know, and interrupting your set. So I never had like a bad heckler before, like someone yell out like "boo" or "you
Oh,
suck" or "get off the stage." I never had that before, but I had like really drunk people just can't
oh,
shut up the whole time, and it's like laughing at the wrong parts or just talking the whole time, like, you know, pick on me, or I mean, those people are rough to deal with, but because everyone in the crowd, I feel bad for the people around them because they all paid for a ticket and
oh
they're just
yeah.
ruining the experience. They're like, shut up, I'm trying to listen to this guy talk, you know. But I usually pick on the heckler, and usually when you have a microphone in your hand and you can talk over them and the crowd is on your side, you can
Oh
say
yeah.
some things to make them shut up. But
And
usually
what they
I try to talk to them, give them their moment because that's what they want. They just want attention, and you know, make them praise like that, and then they should shut up.
and if they don't lay it in, you ever
They
had to
don't, yeah,
kick somebody out?
no. But I think if
Oh,
it
that's good.
gets really bad, usually like my manager or like the security or something would go up to them and say like, hey, you got to keep it quiet, you know, you're ruining
Yo,
the
that's
show for
cool.
everybody. Yeah. But that
So
never
what
really
was the
happened yet.
Oh, that's good. I always wonder, it's like, oh, like sometimes people could freeze and it's really like, oh, what do I
Yeah,
do now? Like, but I guess if you're comfortable talking to and like being impromptu and just
yeah,
kind of can gas people on the whim, then that's kind of good too. You know what I mean?
right.
So what was the biggest crowd and audience you played for or performed for?
Um, Probably about it was about 400 people. It was
Oh,
my first time headlining at Hawaiian Brian's. This was before COVID, so
oh,
yeah, the whole room was packed. Like it was all the seats was taken. Never had tables. I just did all rows of seats, and even that was filled up. And it's just there are people that are in there that just standing, like standing room only. Um,
oh,
that was right after I
oh,
graduated
really?
college. Yeah, so it was 2018. So
Oh, you're
20,
young.
yeah, 25.
Oh, wow. I mean, I didn't mean, I thought you was older.
Nah, people think I'm older, but yeah, I graduated.
You already look like one uncle. That's why.
No, facial hair. That's why
I know I
I
gotta
look
work on
younger.
that, bro. Oh, that's
Yeah,
crazy. So you sold out Hawaiian Brian's 400 people headlining your own show.
yeah, that was like 1 year into comedy. Yeah,
What? That's
yeah.
amazing.
And then
How how did that feel? Like
oh, it
that
felt
must have been.
yeah, it felt amazing because I had because when you headline, you usually do about an hour of comedy. Yeah, so I mean I had enough material to do an hour, and it just felt good just to finally do. And because before that I was only doing up to like maybe 15 minutes, 25 minutes
Oh wow.
for like small feature shows, and then I was like I think I'm ready to headline already, and most of it, a lot of people came in. I was stoked, and it felt good. And that at that moment, I was like, okay, I think I can start doing this now, like headlining. So from that moment on, I just been headlining shows, and it's a great
Oh,
feeling.
that's amazing. I didn't realize it was that big a deal that you were performing for. I didn't know. I thought you were doing Blue Note. Is You've been doing this for a long time?
Yeah, so I've been doing. Yeah, people don't know that. Like I've been doing stand up since like the month I turned 21. So that was shoot, I turned 21. Right now I'm 25. So I turned 21 and I think it was January of 2018. That's when I
Oh
first started
wow.
doing comedy. Yeah.
So what's been happening now since COVID, in which kind of a lot of the local people are kind of tuning into you, was through your content on Instagram.
Yeah.
So all your content on Instagram happened after you started comedy, then it
Yeah.
wasn't the other way around.
Yeah. So like I said, when I first started doing stand up, I was strictly a stand up comedian. I was against I was against making videos online. I
Oh,
didn't want to be
really?
I didn't want to be an Instagram comedian, but
Oh,
nothing wrong with that now because I do that now, and I have a lot of friends that are strictly just Instagram comedians, and it's fine. But back then I was like, no, I'm gonna be one just do stand up comedy, strictly stand up comedy. But then I was realizing you got to have like different platforms out there, and a bunch of mainland comics do that. They do movies and stand up, yeah. So it's kind of like the same thing. And then people just kept bugging me. They're like, right, you got to start doing some videos or something like that. And since the pandemic hit, so in March of 2020, prior to that, I had a monthly show at Ko'olau Golf Course at Honey's. So
oh,
every
honeys.
yeah, Honeys, yeah. So
Nice.
every second Friday of the month, I would be there headlining, and I would have because I have family down that side, Kaneohe side. That's my mom's
Oh,
side of the
okay.
family. So everybody would always come and just have a good time at Honeys. But when the
Oh, yeah.
pandemic hit, it shut down. So and I was like, this is like when everything shut down, even all the small comedy shows in O'Toole's and Anna O'Brien's, everything was done. And I was thinking, am I just gonna not do comedy, or am I gonna just try and do something? So that's how I did the videos, and I just did my first comedic video was about some toilet paper rolls because that was like the hot topic back then, and
Yeah,
it went
yeah.
viral. It went viral, like it
Yeah,
even reached the mainland, and I was like, oh, okay, so I guess this is what the people want. So I just kept doing more videos and more videos and more videos, and like my followers just blew up, and I was like, oh, this is fun. I like this.
yeah.
And then like I put on sale my Blue Note shows because I worked a deal with them, and then that first day I put up two shows, it like sold out within less than an hour.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, so like it my comedy videos absolutely helped me 100%. So that's how I get most of my audience. And to this day, like all these shows that I've been selling out is all, I believe, is all through social media. And I'm just thankful that I had some friends that would beg me to make Instagram videos and on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok as well. So it goes hand in hand, and I love every moment of it.
Well, the content that you create on Instagram, the characters you make is super relatable to everybody in Hawaii. Like everybody knows somebody like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I
Like
try to make portray of.
guarantee. Yeah. How do
Yeah.
you come up with your content? Like what's the process? It's like how do you you storyboard the whole thing, or you just off your
For
dome,
what?
or
For the videos?
yeah, for the videos.
The videos is just so I have an idea, like I have an outline, not an outline, but just an idea of what I want. Like let's say the Costco one, like we were talking about it. I just had an idea, like okay, get like people, like local people that shop in Costco, and they do these stupid stuff like that. So I just grabbed me and my friend, my camera guy, and we just was in there for 2 hours and just shooting random stuff. Like never have no script, nothing, and that's how I plan all of them. I just have the idea and like a point A and what I try to work towards, and then film a bunch of clips, edit it up, and then boom, it happens.
That's crazy. Do people like when they're walking by, do they like, oh, what is this guy doing, or trip out on you, or
Yeah, I mean, yeah, at first they was like, oh, what is this guy doing? And then now it's like when people see me, they want to be in the video. Yeah, they're like, oh, bro,
oh,
don't film me. Let me jump inside. And like people, it's crazy. Like people are offering me like their businesses. Like, oh, if you like use my tow truck, let me know. You can use my tow truck. They use my mail van. Use them if you like. So
so are
it's
you
crazy.
getting recognized planning now then?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it's good to be noticed, you know what I mean? You're
Yeah,
doing stuff right, and
it's cool.
that's crazy. So you how do you film it? Like with just iPhone, or you get like a
Yeah,
camera
so
like full on?
I have a Sony A6600. I don't know if you're familiar with
It's like
cameras.
DSLR kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a similar to that. It's a mirrorless camera, so I think that's a
Oh, okay.
new fad right now. But that's what I normally use. And then if I'm on the go, like if something I gotta film it right now before security comes and gets me, I'll just go use my phone. Because I mean the iPhone 12 is perfect.
Oh
So
yeah.
the camera is actually sometimes better than the Sony camera. So
Oh,
The
so what?
only
Have you
thing,
ever got in trouble shooting your stuff?
um, a few times, yeah, but I always ask permission before. But then
Oh,
usually
okay.
they would get mad at the person that I asked permission to, and
Oh,
then bad.
the guy above him when bust him out.
Yeah, yeah.
So what? You edit all your own content, or you have somebody helping you out with that?
I do it. Yeah, I do it all. I edit everything. I use
Oh
Premiere,
wow.
which is one editing program, but editing takes a lot of my time, so that's a
Oh yeah.
headache. Yeah, but I enjoy
I
it.
know.
I always enjoyed making videos, and it's a fun process.
That's crazy, and it does go viral. Like Hungry Hawaiian will drop one of your videos, and then the content is amazing because, like, I mean, throughout the day, like people go through Instagram and your videos will pop up, and like it guarantees making people laugh, putting them in a good mood. It's just good vibes coming out from your end. So it's like, so what? You drop a video? Are you like one of those people that's like, oh, how much likes I get, and keep looking, or you just drop it, let it
For
go?
now, for a little bit, I kind of I get some secrets that boost the algorithm a little bit.
Oh, you gotta text
A
me those
little bit.
secrets, bro.
Little
I need those.
secrets. It's not cheating though. I'm not cheating.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, like I think like if you interact a lot with like the comments and like people sharing stories and all that, and that shows that there's a lot of traction going on in your account, and then it'll push it more on like the explore page like that. So
Oh,
I
so if you
try to
drop
I
a
try to
video, you kind of start.
yeah, like the first 10, 15 minutes, I try to respond to everybody in the comments, and I
Oh,
try to
that's
I
awesome.
try to repost everything that they share on their story. And but then after a while it gets too hectic. Like, I get like a headache, and I just stop. But yeah, the first 10, 15 minutes, that's a big one. Just keep interacting with people.
So it's turning out to be like kind of like a full-time job then, right? Like
Yeah, somewhat, yeah.
content creating and coming up with new material for your
Yeah.
stand-up and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's two
So
sides of my comedy. There's the videos, like the content creating, and then my stand up. And then for my stand up material, like yeah, you gotta like really, you know, sit down and think of these jokes. Or usually like when things just happen in my personal life or an experience, something funny would pop up. I would try to write it down in my phone, and then test it out on stage at one of the smaller shows, and then build up material from that. And then when I do my big shows on a headline, then I know like, okay, this joke worked at Chinatown the other day, so I think this would be good.
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what if how close is your content on videos, like your characters you create on those videos? Do you implement them in your stand-up?
Um, kind of. I mean, I just it's my stand up is more like one exaggerated version of like myself. So I just play
Oh, okay.
Tumua. I play Tumua up there, and then once I throw in Kyoki in there sometimes.
Is
But
that a real person?
that's why I cannot reveal that information to you guys.
Oh,
So.
okay, okay, cool, cool, cool.
He's there at work right now.
everybody, everybody like meet him. He's
Yeah.
famous.
In my shows, he stayed backstage running the green
The
room.
green room,
Get the
yeah.
lights all good and everything. Yeah.
So when you're not doing all this kind of content creating and your shows, and when you get downtime, like what do you do for fun?
I like to golf a lot. So
Okay.
I only started golfing during the pandemic. So golfing. I used to work out a lot, but I've been slowed down because of the pandemic. So everybody says, yeah. I
Oh
just don't like
yeah.
working out with a mask, but I gotta get back into it. But yeah, I'm a big sports guy. So I think I played for UH and Punahou too. Played football and basketball, and I help out. I coach some kids sometimes, like the youth and some high school. I help out every once in a while. But
Oh, awesome.
yeah, those are the things I enjoy doing. But golf been taking up a lot of my time lately because it's like 4 or 5 hours you got to be out there.
Oh
But
yeah.
good fun though, good fun,
Oh,
and
that's cool.
keeps making you want to come back. You have a good round, and sometimes you have a bad round. And you golf or no? You don't golf.
I tried it once, and yeah, I'm not that's I gotta, for me, I'm competitive. And
Yeah,
to do it with people that know how to play, and
get
then
frustrated.
yeah, and then I cannot
That's why you
handle
gotta go with
losing
someone that like you're
when
good.
scrub.
Skill level. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah.
just starting, you gotta find someone that's just starting too. So,
Yeah. Plus, I'm left-handed, so I need left-handed
oh yeah,
clubs. Yeah. So you as an athlete pretty much your whole life, and you came from an athletic family, correct?
yeah. So my dad and my uncle were these big time football stars back in the day. My uncle played for the Dallas Cowboys for about 15 years. Won 3 Super Bowls, went to 2 Pro Bowls. I was like back in the '90s with Troy Aikman and Emmett Smith.
I
Uh,
hate to I hate to say I remember that because I'm a Niners fan and they
oh,
kept
United
beating
fan.
us in the
Oh,
NFC championship games. Yeah.
yeah. I'm a Dallas fan by force. So ever since I was
Oh,
born,
okay.
the whole family Dallas fan.
So
So my
you football is pretty much in your blood. So you
yeah,
grew up playing it your whole life then.
pretty much yeah. Ever since I was small, like 8 years old, I've been playing it, and I got into Punahou freshman year. If I never got into Punahou, I probably would have went Campbell because we was living in Ever Beach at that time. So I went Ever Beach Elementary, Ilima Intermediate, and then
A bush. A bush.
A bush.
a Bush. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the spot.
So
Yeah.
playing for Puno, how is that? Like their program is pretty intense too, correct?
Oh yeah,
Like
I loved it. It was a great opportunity. I'm glad that I got in. My parents spent a lot of money though.
oh yeah.
And even for college too, they spent all that money just for me to be a comedian.
I'm guaranteed those life experiences kind
Oh
of
yeah,
held true to
it's
what
great.
you're doing now.
Yeah, it's like a college Punahou. Like they don't have bells. They don't more bells, or they don't have like set periods or schedules. Like some regular high schools, they have like period one, period two, or A block, B block, C block. Each person has their own individual schedule, so they try to get you ready for like college, and it was great. It was a great experience. I loved it, and even UH was fun too. I didn't want to go in the mainland, even though I had some looks at some D2, D3 colleges to
So
see.
you're pretty good in high school then.
Yeah, yeah, I would say so.
What position?
I played linebacker,
Oh,
and then college I played safety.
well, it's kind of fun positions to play.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Defense.
So what? Were you the guy on the team that was making everybody laugh?
Somewhat. I mean, like I said, I was kind of like a quiet person unless I knew you, and then I would always joke, crack some joke at you. But I always wanted to be an actor, so that's part of the reason why I took the comedy route is because I noticed that all the big time actors today, like Adam Sandler, um, Tom Hanks. You got people don't know Tom Hanks started out as a comedian, so they all did comedy first, and then I pictured myself getting into comedy, and maybe like some casting director would see me in the crowd, and then and then book me up for a TV role or a movie role. So that's why I took comedy, just because I thought that would be the fastest way to make it in acting, because there's so many actors. But now I fell in love with comedy, and that's my new passion. So I'm happy
Oh,
where
that's super.
I'm at right now.
Have you had any opportunity acting prior?
Just with theater, I mean, some small school plays, and uh like some background work and some I was in the movie Snatch, the one with Amy Schumer, the one they filmed in Hawaii. I was
Oh, nice.
some army man in like the background, got like 1 second on the film.
But
Uh,
you was there. You could
I was there.
screenshot
Yeah, yeah.
them.
But yeah, but hopefully I get like one speaking role soon. Hopefully we'll see.
Well, they get plenty stuff coming
They
down. Like
get
I was helping out with Disney COVID testing all the Doogie people. They're filming Doogie Howser, and bruh, it's amazing to see all the local people getting jobs from all these shows. So
Oh yeah, and they're coming out with NCIS Hawaii.
oh really?
Yeah, they're supposed to film in July in
Oh,
Hawaii. So they
nice.
got that shows that's the first season they're going to be starting, and they're predicting that to be like Hawaii 5.0. So that's probably going to be here for like 10 years. So that's
Oh,
gonna
awesome.
be So hopefully I can, maybe land one small role and
Yeah,
be
catch a
there.
reoccurring, huh?
Yeah, maybe I can play Kyoki or something.
Oh, that's super cool. So I always wanted to know, because for me, I played high school football and I wasn't really anything, but I remember,
What year did you grad?
I'm not gonna say that. No,
Ooh.
no. Oh, I wish.
Oh, 97.
Oh, I wish. But I remember, like, so you kind of knew you wasn't gonna go to like NFL or anything like that. How was like your last game? Because for me, I knew like this is my last game I'm ever gonna play and football again, and I just remember soaking it in and just kind of like
Yeah,
I knew this was it. Like
yeah.
I always wanted to know, like, from other athletes, would it be the same way?
For high school, I mean, my last game, it was sad, but I already knew I was going to UH because I already made a decision that I had a preferred walk on. So I was actually excited to already finish my high school career and start at UH. But my last game at UH was the Hula Bowl.
Oh,
So we
nice.
went to the Hula Bowl twice, my sophomore year and then my senior year. My sophomore year we won, my senior year we lost. But so since I started, so when I started doing comedy, I was a junior in college, and then the following year, I was a senior and I was getting into comedy as well. So I mean I knew like I kind of like switched the love for the game a little bit.
Oh,
I
I
was
see.
like I knew I wanted to be a comedian, and I was like, oh, but I mean, it was sad that I was like, oh, this is my last game of playing, like 12 years of since I was a small kid. But football will always be with me. It's always in my heart, and I talk a lot about it a lot on stage too. So um, it was a good ending career for me. I would say I was sad, but I was happy to start getting into comedy
The
in
next
a
chapter.
serious note. Yeah.
So, how did your parents kind of take you trying to be a comedian, and were they trying to talk you out of it, or like how did that like
Nah, it
take?
was supportive because my dad's a pretty funny guy. So
Oh,
I remember
okay.
telling them like I was gonna start doing comedy, and it was a little shocked but excited to see like, oh, that's kind of weird, but yeah, just try them, and then been getting more fans, and now they're like the best supporting parents ever, and they come to all my shows, like every single one of them, and I talk about them a lot on stage too, and even my whole family is supportive about it, so it's
They
great.
must be super proud, huh?
Yeah, 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 they're proud.
So your dad was an athlete as well. He played football,
Yeah,
and
so
what
he
he is
used to
coaching you and all that kind of stuff too.
for football. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
lots of yelling when I was growing up, bro.
Oh yeah.
On
Yeah,
the way
having your
home,
dad coaching.
on the way home after one Pop Warner game. Oh, that's it. Yelling on top of his lungs. He reached for the radio, turned on the music. I flinched like that. Oh.
For real. So kind of your parents, like they oh, my dad was the same. Like they don't remember all the good stuffs you did during the
They
game,
don't.
but
Yeah, they don't. They just pick out the bad things. And he always
yeah.
tells me that. He goes, I just pick it on this for you, just to make you a better person. Like, Dad, I know we just won the championship. Relax.
Oh yeah, I had time. Yeah, and plus too, I'm small, so like for
I'm
me it
small
was
too, because
different.
my
I'm
dad's
5'6"
well,
and a
5'8",
quarter.
five
Oh,
eight,
see.
and 5'8" and a half.
Oh yeah, see, like the one below anything 5'10", the halves and the quarters count. You
It
know what I
matters.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad
But
is 6'5".
oh,
I mean, all my family members, my uncle too was 6'5". My my dad's side, they're all from Waianae side, and they're all giants. So I'm still waiting for my growth spurt till this day.
oh, me and you both, bro.
Crazy,
Yeah. I was just a challenge Hopper who's taller.
Oh, yeah,
I got
Hopper was
him beat,
tall. So
bro.
I didn't feel tall when I first met him. I was like, oh, okay, I can actually walk around with my chest out now.
Oh no, I cannot be around you then. But yeah, football must have been challenging, especially college. I guess some monsters.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's why they moved me to safety. I was a small linebacker, but
Oh,
plus it was they never have that much safety, so I actually had a better opportunity to get on the field than
oh,
stay at
nice.
linebacker. And I was like, okay. But yeah,
Oh,
I mean, college was just, especially at UH, it felt just like high school football for me because a lot of local guys there and from all the
play
different
Outlaw
schools.
Stadium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from all different schools, and it was just fun to just mix in with everybody and because I had a lot of Punahou teammates that would go there, so we had like about 6 Punahou guys.
Oh,
So
nice.
we have a good squad, you know. But we were so used to winning at Punahou, and then we got to UH, we was like, oh, what is what? So this what it feels like at Damien, you know that.
Oh, yup, bro.
No
We
wonder
was
you guys are so sad.
why are we even practicing, bro?
Yeah, why are we practicing?
I would remember like in the locker room just thinking like, oh yup. And my friends, like my teammates is just pumped. And like, yeah. And I'm thinking like, oh, I'm so small. I might die today. Like this could be the day. This could be it. But yeah, I would remember the whole like playing Punahou and Kamehameha and St. Louis, and you know how they clap, like everybody slaps their pads.
Yeah.
It would echo the whole Aloha
Because you get
Stadium.
like 80 guys, and then you guys
Yeah,
will have like 30, yeah,
12 going
12,
both ways. Yeah,
both ways, dying.
yeah.
The
I was
water
glad they
pros gotta
broke
jump
it up after. What's crazy, we go St. Louis games, and after our game, St. Louis be walking like we'd be walking out of the tunnel to go back to the bus, and St. Louis be warming up, and I'd hear like, hey, look, daddy, and get like one 4-year-old going, daddy, and he's warming up. I'm like, bro, this guy going 4-year-old, and we gotta play these guys. Like, what?
Because walking in smoking cigarettes, yeah.
Yeah, full beard kind
Full beard,
like,
tattoos everywhere.
yeah. That's crazy. You know, they going NFL, like some of these guys, and like, oh. My high school football years is definitely not the same as other people's, because everybody be psyching up and I'd be praying, God, just don't let me die today. But Puno you guys had a good winning record. Who was your coach at UH? What time frame was that?
When I first went to UH, it was Norm Chow. So my redshirt year and my freshman year was with Norm Chow, and then after that was it Rolovich, Nick Rolovich for the rest of my career. Yeah, so I got to see two different types of coaches, and great experience. You know, Norm Chow was more like a strict old school guy. You know, you gotta be super early to be on time. If you on time, you late, and everyone gotta be wearing the same exact white socks, black short, everything gotta be. And then Rolovich was more like a player's coach, I guess, because he was young. I think he was. I want to say he was 36 years old as a head coach. He was the youngest head coach in college football, I think, at that time. And he played at UH as well too. So he was like one of us. So he basically did it what we all are doing at that moment. So he was a little lenient, and it was a good thing and a bad thing, because then again, you know, he would let some guys just walk over him like that. But he was an awesome coach, because he was a coach that gave me a scholarship as well. So yeah, so when I got the scholarship, I was like, okay, shoots, and I don't care if I don't play. I just gonna keep practicing, you know, because I was getting free school and free money too. So you get like a monthly stipend. And,
for real?
Yeah, you get like about, I think, $1,400 a month. You get free. So it's not a lot, but it was good for a college kid, you know. And
yeah, for sure.
So I was like, and that's when I was getting into comedy as well. So I was balancing both, like doing some comedy shows and then waking up early in the morning to go practice. So I was the youngest one of the youngest comedians back there at those comedy clubs. Like,
could you even get in? Like, I mean, obviously
you got to be 21. Yeah, you got to be 21. So the class started in spring of 2018. So my birthday is January 21st. So from all until January 21, I was 20 years old. So technically I wasn't legally allowed to get into the shows, but I think if you're a performer, they'll let you slide, but you just gotta have like a wristband or X on your
Oh
wrist.
yeah, cannot drink or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it was cool balancing the two things, and that's when like my whole love for comedy happened. Like how you said, like I wasn't devastated about making or leaving football. I was kind of like, it was a good closure. I was happy with what I've done, and I was ready for the new chapter of my life.
And you can incorporate it in some of your comedy
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff. So
definitely.
so you said you kind of coach some kids and stuff. Like, do you ever think about like being like a full-time coach, like a Pop Warner coach, or like?
Nah, not really. I mean, before I did, when I first got to UH, because I would see the college football coaches, and I was like, well, it's not bad. Like it's a good job, but you got a lot of time commitment, and you got to be there all day.
Oh
Studying
yeah.
film, getting all the paperwork correct, and then when I when I started hating going to meetings every day, because we would have some like, long meetings, like so like the whole like we would get up like at 5 a.m. We would have like practice at 6 o'clock in the morning, around 6:30, and then we'd finish practice around like 9, go to school, and then we would go lifting right after school, and then we go meetings from like 4 to like 7:30 p.m. And so you get home like around 8 o'clock, or sometimes less if you're lucky. And that's just a whole long day. And then that's just us, the players. The coaches have to stay even after
Oh
later,
yeah.
going over film again, getting ready for tomorrow's practice. And I was like, you got to really, really love football to be
Oh,
a good coach.
hold
I
it.
mean,
If you
I
catch
love
one
football.
L,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like
All that work for nothing, you're thinking, yeah.
yeah.
But it also taught me like, work ethic and being on time. So I kind of use that in my comedy career today, you
Oh,
know,
nice.
like my big shows, like the Mother's Day show I just had, treat that like as a football game, and then leading up to that show would be like practice. So I would go to like smaller shows, work on material, work on, you know, interacting with audience and stuff. And by the time the game day comes, I'm ready. Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what your dad was kind of describing, like life lessons by staying with
Yeah.
football.
Yeah.
That's
That's now
cool.
that you mention it. Yeah.
So can you still do the haka?
I forget the words already because
Ah.
we had two different hakas. That's why. So
Oh,
we had like the New Zealand one, the one that everyone kind of like knows. Like I think Koku does that one, and then that was like with Norm Chow. And then when Rolovich came, like we would still do that in the beginning, but then someone posted a video on YouTube or whatever or Facebook, and there's a bunch of comments saying like, "Oh, this is wrong. Like they're not even Maori or whatever. They got to do if you're representing Hawaii, you got to do like on Hawaiian haka. So they call it a ha'a. You got to do a Hawaiian ha'a, but it's just not the culture. So we actually had one not one kumu, but one some Hawaiian activist guy come in and like he taught us the Hawaiian ha'a for like 4 weeks straight. We had like practice on it and everything.
it's
So we did that, and that one was cool
oh,
too. And then like my junior and senior year, we just decided not to do it anymore because Molovich's ideal, and some of us was like, come on, we got to do the haga,
yeah.
and we're like, we're just not gonna do it. So we stopped doing it my junior and senior year.
So would you paint your face before the games, or you just come
Nah, I
out?
mean, some guys would get creative, bro. Just paint the whole face black, like
Oh,
I would just have like the
eye
stickers right
black.
here, the
Oh,
eye
the
black
stickers.
stickers. Yeah, I don't like using that because when you sweat, the thing just comes down. Yeah, in your mouth, get in your eyes. So I just
That's
had to.
crazy. I guess a lot of people like on Instagram and stuff didn't know you played football and stuff like that. It's kind of
Yeah, I
cool to
didn't know.
talk about.
So it's I talk about it on stage a lot too. So it's a good topic to discuss.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Plus, you came from a huge football family,
Yeah.
so yeah. All
As
right, on. Well, shoot, we've been going for about an hour. I think John can ask us the question of the week.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah. Okay. The question of the week is, what do you see yourself taking your career in like 5 years? Like, what do you
5 years.
what does 5 years look like to you?
I think I'll be on the PGA tour.
I'll be your caddy, bro.
Yeah, you be my caddy.
Yeah. Against Happy Gilmore. Against Happy Gilmore.
Yeah. In 5 years, I normally don't look that far down in the road. I mean, I try to just, like go day by day or month by month, and things would just, happen. But ideally, in 5 years, I see myself going on tour, doing comedy shows, hitting the mainland, all the local spots in the mainland, and hopefully I can do that like every year and have like a whole new hour of material, and then every time at the end of the year would close it at like Blaisdell or something in Hawaii, and hopefully be on one TV show or have my own TV show or a movie, some movie role. But yeah, 5 years from now, that's probably where I want to see it, and basically just being successful as a comedian and an actor.
That's awesome. And I'm like, you're kind of laying groundwork too for, I mean, in my opinion, I'm not too versed at it, but a lot of comedy in Hawaii isn't as strong as back in the day when I had Booga Booga. And so it's like
my whole I guess slang or phrase that I have is bringing back local comedy. So I had that on my first T-shirt I made, and I always put that in my my caption and all that. So like, because all the guys that I looked up to when I was younger, like Rap Replinger, Andy Bumatai, Augie T, Frank De Lima, it was happening back in the day,
Yeah.
And it kind of just like stopped for a while, and I feel like I'm the next guy to help bring it back to life and make everybody in Hawaii laughing again, because I feel like that's what we need. Definitely right now during this crazy times of COVID and all that. So we thought if COVID clears up, because I'm planning on doing like I want to do bigger shows. I mean, now it's just max capacity, like half capacity or 75%. So like the most you can have like at a show is about like 100, 110, 120 people. I think Hawaiian Brian's now is like about 160 you can have with social distance. But yeah, I'm tired of just doing like, because I did like 18 shows at the Blue Note just because it only can fit that much people. So we just kept adding more and more and more, and people keep wanting to come. So I want to just have like one big theater and just have all local people there. I feel we'll have a great experience. But we're just waiting for COVID to clear up, and we can't control it because the whole world is dealing with it right now. But it looks like it is opening up, because there's some mainland comedians doing theaters right now, and everybody's getting their vaccine. So God willing,
did you get it?
Yeah, I went with a Pfizer.
And what? How was the second shot?
Bro, got that Pfizer.
Yeah, I got that Pfizer. I thought it was pronounced Pfizer,
How was their second shot?
I never get the second shot yet. So
okay.
Yeah. But I got it just because just to make people feel more safe, because I interact with a lot of people. Yeah. So at my shows, and then I don't want anyone feeling unsafe to come to my show. So I feel like it was the right move for me to do.
Yeah, for sure.
I've always wanted to go to one of your Blue Night shows, but because COVID, man, it's like, I don't know. Scary kind of.
I always have more. Yeah, I always have more shows, and I'm just waiting for it to clear down, and then you can actually pack the house even more.
Oh, I had a question. I had one question. Go ahead. One question or two questions.
Okay.
What's your favorite comedy of all time? Movie and also TV show.
Comedy movie, or like, are you talking like stand-up special?
Oh, comedy movie.
Oh, comedy movie.
I like know your style. Movie and TV show.
Shoot. Step Brothers is pretty funny. So I mean, I can watch that all the time, and I would still laugh at that. For like a movie, I mean, Will Ferrell's a funny guy. There's a lot of comedy movies that are like I guess I'll pick it down for a movie, and then TV show. I like The Office.
Oh yeah, Dwight Schrute.
That's kind of Dwight Schrute. Yeah, I mean it's kind of like one witty show like that. But I also like King of Queens too. If you guys ever saw that with Kevin James. Yeah. So I mean, I'm a big Office fan. So that's what.
What would be your biggest stand-up comedy special that you would probably say is your favorite?
I'm a big Joe Coy fan. So
Oh,
I mean, I
okay.
always go to his shows when he comes to Hawaii. I love his comedy specials. I like Sebastian Maniscalco too.
Oh, okay.
This is a Italian comedian. If you guys never heard of him, um, but like I think all time is like Richard Pryor. You know,
Oh,
in the olden days. So like I think Live on the Sunset Strip was like an iconic comedy
yeah.
special right there. That definitely paved the path for that type of style of comedy, more like conversational and just talking about his negative points that happened in his life. Like he brought some light to it. So it was pretty cool
Yeah.
to witness. But
I
yeah,
know
right
what to
now
ask.
I like
Oh,
what was
go
that?
ahead.
And I said, yeah, right
So,
now, like alive is Joe Coy, probably my favorite.
yeah. Yeah, I got to see him live a few times. I seen him when he was at Pipeline Cafe back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, so so my manager, Greg, he was the first guy to bring Joe Coy to Hawaii at Pipeline Cafe.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was his place over there. Oh,
That's
how was he at
super
Pipeline
cool.
Cafe?
He was the same. Like he had that, you could tell he had something special. It's just
Yeah.
he wasn't getting the shine yet. And
Was it sold out or what?
no,
That's
not
what I
not at
heard too.
all.
'Cause he says like in podcasts that he's been coming to Hawaii since like 2001, and
Yeah.
he only blew up about like in 2016. But he remembers being like on like in the street in Hawaii and just giving people flyers and begging people to come to his show. You know,
Yeah, I seen him at Republic and that wasn't
yeah,
even sold out. And then the year later he sold out Blaisdell like four
yeah,
times in a
11
row,
times,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
11.
Because of Netflix, Netflix is one huge thing. Like if you get on Netflix, your whole career is set already because
Oh,
that
that's your
audience
golden.
people. Hopefully, yeah, we'll see.
What I want to ask you is like I always wondered, okay, like I used to watch Eddie Murphy a lot when I was small and Raw and Delirious, and he's super edgy and said a lot of crazy stuff. And I know at that time period it fit, but if he said those things now, cancel, he'd be canceled.
Yeah,
How do you navigate through that? Because you kind of keep your act pretty clean, right? You don't
yeah,
swear or
yeah. I don't swear or anything. So I mean, that was decided when I first started. Um, when I started opening for Augie, because I was like maybe a couple months in, and he let me do some shows for him. I would do like 10 minutes before him, but he told me like if you ever want to make it big in Hawaii, you got to stay clean, and because Hawaii is a big family state, a lot of kids, especially I have a lot of like kids fans just from TikTok, and a lot of kids come to my shows. So I mean, it's good. It's a good family comedy show. You can bring your grandma all the way to your little kid, and
oh nice.
in my opinion, you don't need to curse or talk about sex to be funny. I mean, you can like draw the line a little bit, but I feel like it's you work hard for it more if you leave out the cursing words and
Yeah.
comedians to this day do. I mean, Joe Coy is a dirty comic, but he's kind of like adjusting his material because he's getting a lot of kids in his crowd.
Yeah.
And even Gabriel Iglesias is another one too. He's a clean comic, and for what you brought up about getting canceled and all that, so it kind of helps me if I stay clean. I don't need to talk about that kind of stuff. And I personally avoid talking about politics and religion just because that can draw people away from people. Like it can
Yeah.
separate people and cause arguments like that. Um, unless you're talking about David Egan, then it's okay.
Then it's free game, man.
It's free game. You mostly have people on your side for that, but I never had like any controversial topics that would get me canceled. Um, maybe just teasing like races like but that's like normal Hawaii stuff, like teasing Filipinos, Japanese,
Yeah, yeah,
some
yeah. Everybody
you
get
know.
Portuguese jokes, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Portuguese jokes, and I'm Portuguese too, so it's okay.
Oh, okay. Wait, so you're Portuguese Samoan?
Portuguese one, yeah. My mom is
Okay.
Portuguese, unfortunately.
That gives
Good
you the
though. It's
humor,
good.
though, right?
The humor, yeah.
And the gift to talk.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, the way culture is now, and you seem to be taking this very seriously and doing your homework and kind of learning from comics. That's kind of a cool situation. It's like, bruh, everybody's kind of pulling for you, and like you said, is could be the start of a new generation of comedians. Because like you said, Andy Bumatai and all those guys, they they kind of did their thing, and
Yeah,
nobody's really taking their place. But
right.
I'm hoping that you inspire some people, and brah, it's like guaranteed there's some funny people on this island. We got
Oh, yeah,
so much diverse culture that can draw funniness from, you know what
sure.
I mean? Like
Yeah,
I seen you did do a prom, right?
yeah. So I did a couple proms. Just because some moms reach out to me, and it's all private proms that they put together themselves because they never had a problem because of COVID,
COVID.
and so I just did maybe like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, just like when surprise pop in, almost like a grad party,
Oh,
and
nice.
just did some comedy for them, make them feel good.
Find it hard doing comedy, your comedy routine for younger age audience, or it just kind of
Um,
was
yeah, it was a little bit different. Like I gotta just not talk about stuff that adults go through, because they
oh,
never
okay.
really experience
They
that
know.
much stuff. Like I had a joke about about driving in Hawaii and all that, and I realized that all these kids probably don't drive a lot, or they don't even have license, some of them. So I just would adjusting to the crowd like that, and yeah, that's why I get a mix of age range from at my shows, so if I bring up like Rumors Nightclub, we're gonna have the grandmas laughing. If I bring up TikTok, gonna have the kids laughing. So I try to
Yeah.
hit all those angles.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
So at TikTok, you do those dances and all that stuff too, or?
Yeah, it just whatever I post on Instagram, I post it on TikTok,
Oh, okay.
Facebook, and YouTube. But I also post things that are strictly just for TikTok as well. Not dancing, but if it's just something like 30 seconds, I'll
Oh,
just put it up
okay.
there, just something like that. But TikTok is probably the best platform right now to go viral, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they put your stuff out to everybody. Yeah, they don't put
Hmm.
it just on the people that follow you. So you have a better chance of gaining followers on there than opposed to like Instagram or Facebook.
Oh, that's kind of like all over United States, not just Hawaii
All
too.
over.
Then,
Yeah, yeah.
do you feel like you're getting hit up from a lot of local people that live on the mainland and kind of connecting to them back to the island? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that I feel like that's more like my Facebook crowd because a lot of it's different audiences on the different platforms. Yeah, so Facebook is more like the older people. They're on there.
Oh,
I have a
okay.
good following on there as well, but they have like different groups like remembering Oahu from the past or Hawaiians around the world. It's like all these mainland people, like you said, there's those local pockets in the mainland, and they enjoy my videos because they miss Hawaii. They don't have,
Yeah.
they miss the comedy, they miss the pigeon, and they've been asking when am I going to come up to the mainland. So hopefully next year, if COVID is clear, I'm trying to put together one like mainland tour like that just for the local audiences in like Vegas or the Bay Area,
Oh,
Utah, like that.
nice.
So
Yeah.
there's local people all over. So it would be good
Yeah.
to give them some piece of Hawaii.
Yeah, I'll come up with you if do it same time when Niners play the Cowboys and then
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That would be super cool.
Big
Yeah.
San Fran, yeah.
Right on, man. Well, let's see. How can people find you on the internet?
You can on Instagram. My name is Tumua underscore TUMUA, and then on Facebook Tumua Tuinei, TikTok Tumua underscore, and YouTube Tumua Tuinei.
All right on. Well, thanks for coming on the show. It's kind of cool that people can kind of listen to your story and kind of put a personality behind all the comedy and the funny videos they see. Now they kind of know you a little bit more
Right?
on a personal level.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
No, it was great, man. Thanks for having me, Thaddeus, and thank you, John,
yeah,
for chiming in and controlling the whole production.
yeah. You know how you said it takes forever to edit, bruh. He edits all this stuff, so I always give prop to all the video guys because I know how, like you said, it takes
Yeah,
a long time. Yeah.
there we go. There we go. Yep.
Right on. Well, for us, you can find us atbpod.com, Instagram Above the Bridge Podcast, YouTube Above the Bridge Pod, and my Instagram is Daddy Daddy High. And go follow boy band John BBJ 808, the letter 08. Yeah, follow him. He puts up crazy videos. Hey, you're UH alum. You pretty stoked that that volleyball team's champs now.
Yeah, that was the congratulations to them if you guys are listening to that. But
yeah,
that's good that they won, putting Hawaii on the map. But they always had a good volleyball team, so they always was close every year. So looks good.
Yeah, it's pretty. My dad was like to the moon, bro. He like that's his jam. Wahine volleyball, men's volleyball. Like every game, he watch them, and it's like, oh, he was pretty
jumping up and down when they won.
Yeah, he was. That was his like moment. It's like if that for you, the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, that was
next
like
year,
that.
Next year, yeah.
No, that Niners got that, bro. Dak, he's still hurting, bro. How he got re-signed?
I don't know. He even do some kind of magic trick. I don't know.
I think Cowboys will have a better team once Jerry Jones is no longer in charge.
Probably.
Yeah. But then, yeah, I like the Cowboys. I mean, I didn't never really hated them. Hate the Seahawks.
I don't hate any team. I mean,
yeah. What about the Eagles?
I kind of don't like the Eagles just because I have friends that are Eagle fans and they always rub it in every time. But,
yeah, Hoppa's an Eagles fan. You gotta give him gas.
Yeah, I seen that on his leg. You know, wanted for just put mud on his leg.
Cheese grate him off. Huh?
Yeah.
Right on. Well, thank you again for coming on. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I'm super stoked that you're able to, and yeah. Right on. Well, shaka for the cameras, man. Yeah. Right on. And as always, shout out to the Artist Groove Network. Aloha.
Aloha.
Right on, man.